Countess, we need to discuss our next steps.
Your trivial plan. When we are ready, we march on Paris. No, but that isn't why I summoned you here. Your monks are all dead. Use them.
No, I won't do that.
You could bring her back. And she would still be herself.
She's a vampire. You are suffering, grieving.
I do not accept it. And you have the means to return her to me. You will do so.
She doesn't have a soul.
You think that's the difference between us, don't you? Bring her back.
Father Forge Master. But I hope you don't expect me to obey you. I have one mistress, and one mistress alone. And she has a world to conquer.
You know not if the creature is in pursuit. All you focus on is the masterful art of dancing through the trees as fast as you can. Branches whip your face, stinging your skin. That monster's breath stinking of alcohol stung worse, though. Oh God, you need to throw up again. Right as you are about to heave, you force it back down. Your legs burn in the morning air, and the sun flashes through the canopy as the trees rush by. They blind you for but a moment at a time, as if they could erase the vision of a body being eaten alive from your memory. That same body would have eaten you alive in a different sense, had that creature not interfered. Your head spins dizzy when you stop to avoid the thick thorns of a bramble bush. Most of its fruit has been taken. The remaining ones are lower than your knees, where stray dogs and wolves are known to soil them with their urine when they mark their territory. The scarce amount of berries left indicates that you are too close to the village, that you are still on his territory. The people of his village will not hesitate to end you if you come back wearing a nightdress stained with your master's blood. That creature might come after you for seconds. Wrapping around the bush, sprinting away from your doom, you are fueled by the most basic of instincts, to survive. It matters not that without a kirtle, cloak, or hood to protect you from the frigid wind thrashing your hair, it is starting to get quite cold on this autumn morn. Forget that your loose hair and underwear soaked red would produce the impression unto any passer-by that you are either mad or a witch. All that you require is to live another day. You shall worry about however unlikely your current state is to inspire someone else to help you when you find them. No, you worry not. You simply run, run, run as far as your bare feet take you. They hurt, bleed from sharp twigs prickling them, and have somehow acquired seeping wet blisters between your toes. You are dirty, sweaty, and tired. The sun has grown as low as it was this morning. When did an entire day pass? Barely can you walk further. A small ditch, like the ones deer rest in, will serve as your bed tonight, if you are capable of sleep, that is. In the following days, you grow thirsty, hungry. The dew on the leaves in the mornings alleviates your thirst, and the occasional stream has not contained any diseases to end you yet. You take care, though, to not bathe in any of them. The last thing you need is a chill in your lungs because the nights are starting to grow too frosty to bear without sheets or fire to keep you warm. And it is not for want of knowledge that you light no flames at night. You have no means, no firestones, nor flint, nor rush, and you would hate to alert anything or anyone of your presence. Creatures of the night seem to have deserted these woods. At least, you are fortunate enough to not encounter any. You should like for things to remain that way. The next village you stumble upon after a week and a half of wandering is fortified by a barrier of big, great tree trunks, like the ones the barbarians used against the Romans. Your stomach growls as you watch them bring in their harvest, berries and vegetables from the forest, grains from the fields, meat from the hunt. It grumbles more when that night, resting against the wooden wall, the smell of meat stew and golden bread teases you to come inside, to taste their fresh delights. Had you wanted to, you would still not be capable of such a feat. Their gates were drawn at sunset, making any effort to come inside futile until the next morn, when they will be opened again. In spite of that, your belly complains. And in spite of that, you await in front of the gates the next morning. The first to emerge is an older man. A guard, perhaps, stunned by your haggard state. 1 loaf would be enough, you say, please? The bird's song in the silence which passes seems awfully chipper in hindsight. He turns and yells something obscene you care not to remember. 10 other men join him, armed with pitchforks and swords. They hand him his axe. They take you in, one of them smiles. He says to another, "Disguised as people now, are they?" And they ready themselves. You run. They follow. This land and its inhabitants are cruel. You should have known better. Somewhere in the blur of trees and leaves you lose them. Or rather, they slow when you pass some unknown border, make the sign of the cross as if to protect against it, and turn back to the village whence they came. If this is an area infested by creatures of the night or some other horror, you know not, but you will take your chances with whatever resides here, then those you know will kill you upon sight of your sorry state or the slave's mark on your left wrist. Your stomach is empty, yet you continue onward. You hurl out yellow bile when you come face to face with staked creatures of the night before a looming dark castle as the sun starts to set. The 2 human corpses closest to its entrance stink most of all. Like the bramble bush, something has marked its territory with the stench of piss and death. Your shift is crunchy with dried blood. You are wasting away. You will take your chances with whatever resides here. One last gamble, you tell yourself, cannot hurt much more than what you have endured so far. And it might be what keeps you alive. The heavy doors give way as you lean into them. One last gamble. The amber glow of the sunset disappears into darkness as you step over the threshold of the castle. You cannot see much but black, and you wonder if its occupant might have left after committing such a gruesome act as impaling the 2 bodies and creatures of the night outside. Should that be the case, perhaps it would be best to clean them up yourself and make this place a more permanent residence. The villagers seem to stay away well enough. This would be much more comfortable than a ditch on the ground. You turn, but before you can make your leave, cold steel pushes into the back of your neck. You hold your breath. Is the danger of death not enough to secure my peace? The question floats through the still evening air, barely above a whisper, yet all the louder for it. Judging from the voice's volume, its owner ought to be too far away to hold the sword directly. There is something in his quiet manner which assures you he is assessing you, does not yet see you as a threat. With a steady exhale from you, a small puff of smoke appears in the shaft of sunlight coming in through the partly open castle doors. If you made a dash for it at this very second, that sword would not hesitate to stab right through you by way of whatever magical means at his disposal. As you are not facing him, you decide talking might prove to placate, if not distract him from your possible escape. Must my reason for coming in not be great if I risk to enter despite the clear marking of territory out front? A snide scoff is his response. Aren't you devoid of humanity, he poses, the tip of the blade now piercing your skin, if those corpses fail to make you retch. Little does he know your bile is splattered all over the stone of the stairs below. So engaging him was a wrong move on your part. As foolish as the idea blossoming in your mind may be, you are running out of options. You will heal. If this works out. One last gamble. In spite of the steel slicing into your flesh, you turn to meet 2 silvery eyes. For a moment, they stare into yours from the top of once grand stone stairs, because the many tears and holes in both the dark steps and crimson carpet reveal their current dismal state. The next instant, they focus on the beads of blood wrapping a thin, stinging line around the side of your throat. He seems spellbound, his eyes hazy. He is distracted. The pressure of the sword retreats, the cold evening air seeping into and soothing the cut. You take a careful step backwards, towards the light bleeding inside. All is silent. You are not quite sure what a sight you are, but you feel the sunset illuminating yourself from behind must blind him, at least somewhat, to the details of your features. What you are sure of is that the man in front of you is beautiful. His skin is so translucent, the pale blue of his veins kisses its white surface, disseminating an intricate network